Political editor Michael Brissenden. Economic meltdowns notwithstanding, the Victorian Racing Club is expecting another bumper Melbourne Cup Carnival next week. The only cloud on the horizon is a rare threat of industrial action by jockeys. The jockeys are seeking 1% of prize money to be paid into a welfare fund to help those of their colleagues who are injured in the line of work. But that 1% will have to come out of the pockets of winning owners and trainers, and while they support the idea of a welfare fund, they're reluctant to pay for it from their prize money. Tracy Hutchison reports.
This is the one that Damien's wanted. This is the one that he's riding for Jason. And Media Puzzle goes to the line to win the Melbourne Cup.
It's one of the most enduring and heart-rending moments in Australian sport. Damien Oliver's 2002 Melbourne Cup win on Media Puzzle.
Melbourne Cups don't mean a thing to me anymore. I'd give it back right now to have my brother back.
Just days before the Cup, Oliver's elder brother Jason had died from injuries sustained in a race fall in Perth.
You know, that seems like a long time ago to me now, but you know, that was certainly a sad moment in my life.
It was, in fact, reminiscent of an earlier family tragedy when his father, Ray Oliver, died in similar circumstances in 1975. Amid the celebration was an aching reminder that even the famous are not immune to the dangers of the job.
Well, I've had some serious injuries. I had a nasty fall and I broke my back, and I was out of the saddle for about 15 months.
Damien Oliver knows he was one of the lucky ones, and it's why, as one of the best-known riders in Australian racing, he's also the face of the Jockeys' campaign for an insurance and welfare fund paid for with an extra 1% of prize money.
And this is more for the battling jockey, it's not for the successful jockeys, because as expensive as it is, I can afford the private insurance, but a lot of jockeys can't, so it'll give them a lot of peace of mind, and their families as well, because when injury or a serious accident does occur, you know, they're really struggling.
Issues like public liability insurance, death and disability cover, superannuation, income protection are all extremely costly, and for many of them who are earning $50,000 or less, it's just not viable. The response from the states thus far has been very positive. And this additional 1% is not to go into the pockets of jockeys, but it is for welfare issues, including the National Jockeys Trust, which is of paramount importance.
Currently, jockeys receive 5% of prize money, trainers receive 10%, and owners pick up the rest. Under the jockeys' proposal, it would largely fall to the trainers and owners to wear the cost of their long-term welfare.
As an owner, I believe the jockeys deserve an extra 1%. I'm a little concerned as to where the 1% is going to come from.
Henry and start, he was head in the air and quite...
Victorian owner Kevin O'Brien says owners already carry enough costs, with the average cost of getting a horse on the track around $30,000 a year. He favours a scaled levy system targeting the higher-end stakes winners.
If ever we are fortunate enough to win good races in the city, Saturday meetings particularly, where prize money's getting up towards the $30,000 for the winner, then an extra 1% wouldn't be a hardship at all. Prize money in excess of $100,000 to the winner, well then maybe they can pay 2%.
Others in the training fraternity are a little less accommodating.
I have a lot of respect for the boys. We work with them on a daily basis and realise the risks they take, and they do take a lot of risk. But they choose to be jockeys. There's a risk factor, and they've got to be responsible for their choice and their risk.
Just give her a nice can of nice weight.
We give that to the pony.
Traditionally, jockeys have passed the hat around when one of their own suffers long-term injuries.
And out flat.
Good boy.
Yay!
Well done.
Cherie Gask lost her right leg below the knee in a gruesome fall in 2003. It was a jockey fundraiser that helped pay medical bills and made up the shortfall on work cover compensation.
I suppose it affects it in a pretty big way, but I think there's worse ways too. A lot of jockeys have ended up in a worse way. I'd rather lose a leg than be paraplegia or quad, to be honest with you.
We have a large number of riders who suffer significant injuries that don't really have ongoing financial support, particularly those that have got profound injuries that are in wheelchairs or acquired brain injuries. They won't work again and they need quite a lot of support.
While the Thoroughbred Owners Association is supportive of an industry-financed fund for jockeys, prize money is definitely not part of their equation.
I don't think you'll find anyone, either nationally as an owners association or an industry controlling body, that are going to support just a blanket 1% of prize money going to a jockeys association.
While the Australian Racing Board is supportive of the fund, it too is yet to be convinced an extra slice of the prize money is the best way to go.
Look, I don't think it's safe to make any assumption that there will be a change to the prize money percentage. What we're concentrating on is doing what's realistically needed to improve the welfare of jockeys.
But that's what the jockeys want, and industrial action isn't out of the question.
We can't rule out that we won't strike about it, but we hope it doesn't get to that.
This is not a circumstance of conflict. We are all of us, racing and jockeys within racing, try to achieve the same thing.
But just how they do it remains to be seen. And with the Spring Carnival in full stride, for the jockeys, there's much more at stake than the prize money.
It's not as if the jockeys are going out there saying, hey, we want more money. We just want this money to help fund the insurance policy, so it'll give a lot of jockeys, battling jockeys out there, a lot more peace of mind.